Hey, Garth Borgel here, CEO of Our Workplace. Do you have enough time in your day to complete your work? Are you being pulled away from your own work to resolve issues and problems caused by others? Or are you working long hours just trying to keep up? If so, you're not alone. It is very, very common, but it is unnecessary. What we find in most organisations is that there's a lot of unnecessary work that keeps people busy. Here's an example that you might relate to, or perhaps you see it happening to leaders and managers in your organisation. Some issues that arise, ultimately you have to manage them. And you're so busy and you get frustrated that here is another problem. And you think, why can't they just whatever it is to solve the problem? So when you hear a commotion on the floor and you catch Joe and Mary angrily shouting at each other, stating claims of harassment or unfair treatment, you have to step in immediately to resolve the outburst. You need to get everyone else that was distracted by the outburst back into productive work. And you have to follow due process and investigate, get each of their version of events and follow up with any witnesses to collaborate what they were saying. You have to find a solution and implement it. And also performance manage them, perhaps with some discipline procedures to avoid a later repetition. It all takes time. And the risk is, if you don't follow due process, it may expose your business and you personally to heavy penalties and fines by the Fair Work Commission. Now, thankfully, it's not always as bad as that. Sometimes it's just a minor disruption or an employee not taking ownership of their work and pulling you down into operational matters. Regardless, it takes continual effort and is consuming your time, not allowing you to focus on the things that really matter that will drive your business forward. I call these type of distractions organisational fires. And when they flare up, you must give them your priority and put them out. You must hose them down while they are still spot fires before they turn into major organisational bushfires. But here's the thing, they shouldn't happen in the first place. What would it mean to you if you had a system to prevent these organisational fires? If you had some new knowledge and understanding to prevent spot fires flaring up in your business. This is just one aspect we focus on in our Foundation Knowledge program. And based on our team's experience over decades troubleshooting businesses across 14 countries, I can guarantee time savings to busy executives of more than 10% is possible. And sometimes businesses tell me up to 50%. And although it may be harder to quantify, the same claim of 10 or 50% is valid for improvement in performance, in productivity and profitability, because all these issues do not work independently of each other. So it's about establishing a strong organisational foundation in your business so that everything else that happens has something solid on which to sit. We often liken this to an organisational house, having strong foundations to support the rest of the organisation. And you can see this organisational house concept on our website. So each week, I'm going to be sending out an article or a report, maybe a video or perhaps a podcast that discusses one or two important concepts or solutions that I'm sure will resonate with you. They will be some ideas or concepts or new perspectives to consider, all to help you create a strong and resilient organisation. They will cover some of the concepts that enable a strong organisational foundation, a framework to permanently solve these organisational fires that consume so much of executives and managers' time and drags them down the organisation into operational matters. Look, let's be realistic. It's not a quick fix. It's not a do this one thing and your world will change sort of thing. But these concepts and knowledge from global organisational specialists will build your expertise in these areas. You see, they combine the things like gravity that never change, and combined with the latest research findings in neuroscience and working with nature, aligning to the way in which our brains work, that's pre-wired into us over thousands of years. But that's another area I'll explore in the future. So watch out for these and let me know if you find them useful or would like to cover a particular topic. Send me an email or have a chat. Till then, keep safe and let's make each of our workplaces a better place to work. Thank you.